so dramatic and it's... Hey! Hi! It's me, Wilma Fingerdoo, with the Fingerdoo review of Canada's Drag Race Season 2, Meet the Queens. And before we get started, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, well, what's the problem? You know you'll be back for more of me and my fabulous review. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the bell too, so you're sure not to miss any of my upcoming videos. Now, Jorge, drink me. Ooh, look at somebody went and got garnish. Thank you very much, Jorge. A classic, sophisticated lady. Coke Zero and vodka. It's classy already, I'm just saying. All right, that's better. Let's get to it. Now, I do want to take a moment to mention that I've never seen any of these queens in my life, nor have I heard anyone talking about them. So I'm hoping that means they're all from somewhere other than Toronto. So with my look through Instagram and YouTube and my powers of intuition, let's take a look at the cast of Canada's Drag Race Season 2. First, we have Adriana. She's 30, which I like. She's a Latina star of your wildest dreams, which I also like. And she says that Montreal and Quebec City is where she hangs out the most. I like her. As far as her Instagram account is concerned, she has excellent makeup skills and her looks are very eclectic. She also seems to be a solid performer because there's lots of pictures of her in big productions, but no real video proof of how she moves or if she sings live. If she's more than just a pretty face, she'll do well in the competition. But if she finds herself in the bottom two, well, she could be in trouble. So I'm not going to pick her for my top 4. No offense. Next, we have Isis Couture, 34 from Ottawa. Oh, I love an Ottawa queen. A lot of people have no idea that Ottawa has one of the most scintillating drag communities in our nation. Seriously. Isis also has a Latin heritage in her system, and she seems friendly, if not a bit too giggly. Her self-professed antisocial behavior may cause her trouble this season. Her drag is eclectic and high concept, and not just on Instagram. She performs in her artistic looks as well. As for her performances, she's an energetic queen who moves beautifully, but I'm not seeing any splits or death drops. Not that that's a bad thing. I feel like if she were to land in the bottom, she wouldn't make it easy for whoever she's up against. She's also not shy on a mic, so I'm expecting her quick wit to keep her in the game long enough to make top 4 anyway. Seriously. Next, we have Beth. She's 24, originally from Nelson, BC, now living in Vancouver. Her background is Métis, and for those of you who don't know, that's a mix of European and Indigenous heritage. And she's proudly two-spirited. She seems super nice. She has a terrible sense of humor, and she's not afraid to use it. I mean that in the nicest way possible. She definitely has a set look, especially where her makeup is concerned. And although she's a super good lip syncer, she's not reinventing the wheel with her performances. So I'm not predicting this queen to make top 4 either, I'm sorry to say. Doesn't mean I don't like her. Eve 6000 is next. She's 24 and the only queen from Toronto. She's campy, retro fun, representing the trans and non-binary community. I love her old Hollywood glam-inspired looks, and she paints a great face. And even though she has a signature look, she does like to change it up from time to time. As beautiful as she is, Eve seems to have a great sense of humor where her performances are concerned, which will definitely help her in some of the challenges. If she did land in the bottom, though, I feel a more dance-oriented queen could send her home. So I'm not expecting her to make it in the top 4 either. Just saying. Next, we have Aqua Black. She's 35 and from historic Quebec City. She's been doing drag for 18 years. She's got a big personality, and I see her being billed as the Latrice of the North. Her drag is eclectic and goes from glamour to interpretive, so she'll definitely make a splash on that runway. From what I could see of her performances, she's able to whip an audience into a lather, but she's definitely not reinventing the wheel either, so she may end up sashaying if she lands in the bottom. She says she's just there to have fun, which is a good thing because from what I can see, sadly, I doubt that this doll will make top 4 either. But she won't make it easy for anyone else to, I'll tell you what. Here's to Oceane. Tell me I'm wrong, girl. Next up is Geometric. She's 29 from Vancouver and thinks very highly of herself. And why wouldn't she? She can sing, she can dance, she can act, plus she's gorgeous. She puts me in mind of Gigi Good, actually. She's also a stunning performer, so I see her being one of those queens that won't be easy to send home if she does land in the bottom. From what I could see on Instagram, she's an eclectic queen who's not a fan of padding, but her fashion is fierce and her beauty is undeniable. So I see her tearing up that catwalk. She's also another queen who could make top 4. We'll just have to wait and see. Suki Doll from Montreal is 27 and a walking piece of art. At least that's what I got from her Instagram. She has an elegance where her drag is concerned, even though she doesn't seem to do a lot of padding. So I'm expecting a lot from her on the runway. She also seemed to have a good sense of humor from her Meet the Queens video anyway. Speaking of videos, I couldn't see a lot of Suki on stage, so I'm going to give her my wild card this season because I honestly have no idea how she'll do. Let's hope it's well. Just saying. Next up, we have 29-year-old Cynthia Kiss. Originally from Peterborough, Ontario, she now lives in Vancouver. She's been doing drag for 5 years, but she says she took a step back after 3. So it sounds like she's come out of retirement during the pandemic to try and make some coin on Drag Race. So I'm expecting her to be completely eclipsed by some of these queens. She's a beautiful queen with tons of personality, but I don't see her reinventing the wheel with her drag either, nor does she seem to take any risks where her makeup is concerned. Don't get me wrong, she is a stunning queen, but as Shirley MacLaine said, in terms of endearment, beauty isn't everything. So sadly, I don't see her making top 4 either. Just saying. Kendall Jenner is next. She's 30 and representing Vancouver. A lot of queens from Vancouver. Well, I guess that's fair. There's always a lot of queens from Toronto, I'm just saying. Kendall is a title holder. She's Empress 49 of Vancouver, to be precise. Normally, I hate drag queen names that involve the Kardashians or their ilk, but this queen's name made me smile. From what I could see on Instagram, Kendall doesn't take a lot of chances where her drag is concerned. Her aesthetic seems to be fun glamour, and even though she's a strong performer, I feel she could be easily out lip synced by a more energetic performer. Will she make top 4? I think she could. We'll just have to wait and see. Next is Pythia, 25 from Montreal. She's non-binary, lovely, and very well-spoken. She wants to bring the weird, and from what I can see on her Instagram page, she will. She's stunning, but isn't afraid to push the boundaries of her drag from gore to cosplay and all stops in between. Her tutorials on YouTube featuring some of these looks are fabulous, and I highly recommend you check them out. As far as performing goes, I didn't see a lot online, but she's so adventurous and artistic that I would be very surprised if this queen doesn't make top 4. Seriously. Next, from Scarborough, we have 34-year-old Kimura Amor. She's a pageant queen, very well spoken, and she might even be a little too smart for her own good. She is a registered nurse and has a 16-year-old son, so she's seen things, is what I'm saying. She designs carnival costumes so she can sew. Her drag is unique and glamorous, so I expect some magic from her on the runway. She's a beauty to be sure, but she's not very adventurous where her makeup is concerned. She's got a big personality, which will help her in the challenges, but if she were to land in the bottom, I fear she could be out lip synced by a more energetic queen. I hate to say it. I want her to prove me wrong too, seriously. Our next queen is Stephanie Prince. She's 24 and the first drag queen from Calgary, Alberta. Her family heritage, though, is Filipino. She has a super annoying voice, no offense, so I feel like she's going to grate on more than a few queens. I'm getting a Serena Cha-Cha vibe off of her. That said, her drag is hyper feminine, but she's not making any big moves where her makeup is concerned. Speaking of big moves, her lip syncs that I've seen online are confident and strong, but even though she's a dynamic performer, she doesn't rely on tricks or stunts, which I always find refreshing. I feel because she's from Calgary, the other queens will definitely underestimate her, which could help her slip into the top 4 as well. Just saying. Once again, I want to make it clear that I do not know any of these queens. I've never seen any of them perform in person, so I'm just going on the information at hand. I'm also going to be honest and say that no one is really standing out for me. All these queens look capable, but of my picks for top 4 and my wild card, I'm going to say that either Kendall Jenner or Suki Doll have the skills to snatch this crown out from under the rest of the cast? What do you think? Who's standing out for you? Have you seen any of these queens perform live? And if so, do you think they have the skills to win season 2? Leave a comment down below, and while you're there, please like this video if you did, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And if you're still down there, all the links to support the Fingerdoo review are there, whether it's through PayPal, Redbubble, or Patreon. And until next week, miss me! Mwah. Seriously, Mark. I'm excited that there's a queen from Calgary. There's some great queens in Calgary. There's some great queens in Alberta. Just such a big country, Canada, with so few people in it. It's hard for everyone to know what's going on. It's a diverse cast, though. At least we have a much more eclectic cast than we did last year. That's a good stuff. Of course, all of the judges are changed. All of the judges are changed. You know, that poor Jeffrey Boyer Chapman just released an official statement as to why he's not come back, and he more or less admitted that it was the bullying. So let's hope that the new judges don't suffer that. I'm hoping that these new judges aren't so good and people demand Jeffrey Boyer Chapman back, because he should be there. I think he should. As long as he leaves his bus pants at home. Seriously.